we're back. We're in a completely new environment, as you can absolutely see. That is because I've moved house very, very recently. So this is the new place. Let me show you around and we'll show you what we're doing for this year. For 2025, I'll show you my plans for 2025. Let's get to it. So as you can see, this is my view from my bedroom window, which is pretty cool. I can shut it if I want less light and then open it in the morning. So I've left them open a couple times and yeah, I've woken up a bit too soon. So anyways, we've got all this storage space here, which is pretty cool. There's us. Hey. Got this lovely little chandelier here with some more storage space. Got my little laundry basket there. And then a whole bunch of shoes and everything in there. There's my little bed. Little lamp. We've got a little bookshelf. And yeah, just got this little fan and my plant stand there, which is kind of very nice. But yeah. That's my room. That's what we've got going on here, which is very nice. I like it, a bit more space, something different, a little bit older, more traditional Victorian style. Really looking forward to this year as well, by the way, because it's a completely different structure to what we have been doing. We are going non-clinical. We're going to do some research. We're going to do some private assisting. We're going to do our exams. We're going to just completely change the game in terms of our day-to-day life, which is very exciting. I was just talking to my mate just earlier today, and it's just like, it's just odd, you know, waking up on a Thursday morning and not having to go to, say, quote unquote work, do a ward round, go to clinic, see patients, have an on-call phone. Not having all those responsibilities is certainly a relief, and I don't think that everyone will always have that opportunity to say they can do that. But I think if you can fit it into your schedule, take a year off, locum, do your research, do some non-clinical time, because I think you don't ever get that time back again. Once you fully get into your specialty, you get into like the swing of things, that time, that freedom where you can do what you like and sort of run it at your own pace. I don't think you really get that much anymore. So yeah, let's go through the rest of the house though. I think you may like it. Wow, this is a heavy camera. This is the hallway. This is my bike, which that is good. I don't know, these, can you see that? I think that needs to be fixed. That little chain there, it's causing me some issues. And I've got a flat tire. Yeah, that tire's flat. So yeah, this is my recycling bin that needs to get taken out. But yeah, awesome little hallway, high ceilings. That's my mate's bedroom there. So cool, little light shining down, very nice. Then we've got our little living room here, which essentially is just, you know, PlayStation room. Picked up these beanbags the other day and waiting on one more PlayStation controller and some charger sets. As you can see, our TV didn't quite fit onto our little little dresser stand here, so we had to extend it by putting in a milk crate and some board games. So yeah, you make do. Anyways, fireplace, not a real fireplace. I mean, in the sense that it is actually a real fireplace, but we don't actually have like logs and woods. And this is a mattress, which will go, hopefully. One of my housemate's friends should pick that up in a couple days' time. I've got this little thing, so you can shut off if we need. I like to think of this like my little accordion, but it makes it kind of tight to get through. I can barely fit my Crocs through here. And we've got our hallway here, which seems a lot narrower than what it is, but yeah. Bathroom, how good's that? 2 shower heads. I don't know if you can see that. Very noisy because I've got this washing machine shaking away. Anyways, oh, I've got my squatty potty there as well. All right, we're gonna close it off because can't be bothered listening to that washing machine. Love this kitchen, by the way. Got my bottom fridge, which is cool. Coffee machine, absolute staple. And yeah, I don't know, just a real nice, open sort of kitchen. Gas stove, which we love. Herb, little tray up there. And then a whole bunch of cupboards and everything. So yeah, that's the place. And then we've got this, like, how good's this setup? Long dining table. We've got our little outdoor courtyard. Aircon, we've got some plants. We've got our little, you know, we've got a little breakfast coffee bench, you know, sit here. You know, sip on the coffee. Oh, I decided to like dehydrate these limes the other day, which have actually been super handy because I thought they were going to go off. But I was like, I have this dehydrator. Why not put it to use? So that's what I did. So that's where those are, right there. My little dehydrated limes. How cool is that? Anyways, that's pretty much the crux of the place. I mean, we've got our outdoor area, we've got our little dresser here, our little plants, and then, yeah, I don't know, our little outdoor courtyard. Yeah, very nice. I don't know, there's not much else to it, but kind of nice just to have a bit of space and not have to, you know, be cramped up in an apartment, you know, on an elevated floor. It's so nice just to actually have a house and enjoy that. I forget what it's like to have that after living outside for so many years. I haven't obviously been living outside for so many years, but I've been living out of home for quite a number of years, and that has been apartment living, which is very good, it's very fun, but it's not the same as house living, which I'm sure you can imagine. So yeah, that's the place. It took us a while to get everything set up. I still think there's a few bits and pieces that I'm keen to sort out, but all in good time. In the next few weeks, probably the next month, we'll just tidy up a whole bunch of those things. But beanbags and the PlayStation was certainly a game changer. Now, getting back to the plans for 2025, I guess going into more specifics, when you are trying to get onto a specialty training program, especially a surgical specialty program, you need to get a whole bunch of points and fulfill all the application requirements. So for the one that I'm trying to get onto, which is like urology, there's a bunch of research that you have to do, there's a bunch of exams that you have to sit. There's the GSSE, which is the written exam that I just missed out on last year, which is very frustrating, but we'll have another crack at that this year. We'll do the clinical exam, hopefully if all goes well after that, and then we can have both of those exams done and dusted out the way, which is essentially a prerequisite before you can apply and get on. Then you actually need to do research. There's a whole bunch of points that are allocated to that. First author, second author, you know, it all sort of adds up to a fair few papers that you have to do. One of my main goals this year is to present papers, which is a separate part of the application, and also publish papers or get accepted for publication. And that takes some time. You have to go through a long and tedious process, but that's one of the big things that I'm trying to get sorted this year. So if I can do research, I can do exams, I can maybe get a few references along the way. That's a big, you know, stepping stone into the right direction for my application to get onto this specialty program. The next step after that as well is trying to get all these other CV things done, and they keep on tinkering with the application. So volunteering was once a prominent point of that, but now it isn't. Leadership opportunities and prizes and awards, although I wasn't like, you know, excelling and had every point in that, is now not a feature of that application currently. So there's different parts that you may need to just position yourself so that if there are changes in the next few years, you want to make sure you're sort of covered for those bases. And yeah, I don't know, just make sure you have good references, good people that you can actually call upon if you need to be a reference for your application. Having that confirmation is very important. So this year is very much about planning, ticking off those things that I didn't really have time to do or could have done, but essentially would be burning the candle at both ends, and you'd get very, very burnt out if you tried to do all of that in the 1 year, clinical and all these non-clinical jobs. Very possible. I just thought, why not? I'm very keen on switching up the state of play, doing something a little bit different. And I don't know, you need to go through ebbs and flows, and I really wanted to move house and do this whole share house thing and maybe take a year off clinical, and I thought, why not be able to do all of this in the one time? And as long as you can support yourself financially, take a break, still retain some sort of skills, then that's a really good thing. Research can be a paid or non-paid year. The thing that I've got is a little bit of a payment. We've got some grants for particular funding, and that's how I'm supplementing my income. Other people will take off a research year and do it completely unpaid, do all their papers by themselves through organising their own sort of contacts and supervisors, etc. And they can get publications that way. The other way you can do it is sort of affiliate yourself with an organisation or a hospital or health network that has a research group, and they can essentially give you ideas for papers and projects and supervisors, and give you a bit of support that way, which a lot of people do try to do. Apart from that, one of the main ways you can supplement your income as a junior doctor is through private assisting, which is a very lucrative way of doing it without a whole lot of work and prep and lead up to all these operations. So having the ability to find a surgeon who operates in the private sector and who needs an assistant. Not all operations need more than one person to help do it, but certainly a lot of the major cases, a lot of the laparoscopic stuff, where your main operator has has their left hand and right hand operating an instrument, and you essentially camera holding or plus or minus other tools or equipment that you need, is a very good way to supplement that income, keep up your operating skills, and get in contact and everything with the private surgeons, So I think that's a very good way of doing that, and positioning yourself at the end of your clinical year to maybe hint at the availability is a very good way to do that. So I've got something like that set up and trying to build a few more connections here and there whilst upskilling myself, and that's just a little bridge to make sure you're able to have the full income without traveling or doing a whole bunch of actual clinical work, which is very refreshing. So we'll keep this one short. That's all I wanted to say. Little introduction into the new environment and my current plans for 2025. If you want to know anything else or have any other questions about my plans, just shoot me a message or leave a comment down below, and I'll sure to answer those when I get some chance. I think one thing that a lot of people think about is doing a locum year or a year off, and you can do it and just travel and not work at all and completely get away from the medical profession, or you can use it to your advantage in the sense that you don't have to double up when you're on clinical placement and have to work a job that goes from 8 till 8:30, and then you have to do a research paper in the evening and study for an exam at the same time. If you do have the opportunity to do it as a year off and get those out of the way, I think that's definitely worth a shout, because why not? You can race to it, but most people are spending their time as a consultant. So if you can do it and still enjoy a whole bunch of other things in life, then food for thought. Anyways, I'll see you next time, and this will be our setup from now on for the foreseeable future. Bye.